Hello and welcome to Olaf Season 2, The Cabbage List. Now it's been 25 years since we last saw Olaf. He's been living a peaceful life with his wife Gilfrey in the house that he built with his own bare hands. He's got 2 kids, got a big pile of money, big pile of cabbages. He wants for nothing. He is living the high life. But despite all this, Olaf is unhappy. His once glorious golden hair has started to grey as time marches against him. He's getting old, and he thinks that before he goes, there are some things left in Skyrim that he has to do. So he's put them in a list. That list is the Cabbage List. A list of things Olaf wants to do or see or experience before he kicks the bucket. So while Gilfrey and the kids were asleep, Olaf sat up all night writing his list, based on things he's heard, legends he'd heard, and mysteries in Skyrim to be solved, and so he sets out on his journey. So the first thing on his list is the legend of Bard's Leap, deep in Forsworn territory, which is a group that Olaf has had run-ins with in the past. He finds this great big stone pillar jutting out of a waterfall with a precarious wooden platform poking out of one side. This is Bard's Leap. It's a great height, but the water is deep enough at the bottom that you can survive the leap. So Olaf strips down. He steps out onto the platform, steels himself, and makes the leap. And he survives. There's a ghost of another bard that wasn't so lucky appears to him, pressed at his feet.
Been a long time since someone took me. Longer still since any survived.
So before he leaves, Olaf pops his clothes back on and he drops a cabbage. Wherever he goes, whenever he achieves one of his dreams, he will drop a cabbage as a symbol that he was there. That's his calling card, basically. Next on Olaf's cabbage list is a place that's not marked on any maps, but he has heard it muttered in taverns. A great place of natural beauty, the Tree Bridge, a fallen tree that's crossed a huge ravine, creating a natural bridge. So he finds it deep in the woods after a long hike, but a bandit appears to be using it as a place to harass anyone that wants to pass. But this bandit does not realise that Olaf has spent maybe 50 years shooting things from great distances with a bow and arrow, usually in the ass. Olaf deals with the bandit, steps out onto the bridge and admires the beautiful sunset. Before he goes, he drops a cabbage to say he was here, and then heads back into the forest on his way back down into civilization. The next thing on Olaf's list is to bathe in the beautiful hot springs of Eastmarch. On his way there, he spots a familiar house. This is the marital home. If anyone watched Rags to Riches, they'll recognise this is the first house that Gilfrey and Olaf got together, where a lot of romance happened, a lot of wood chopping happened, and various other good memories. But nearby, Olaf spots a familiar rocky outcrop and remembers that this is the place where a much sadder memory occurred. It's where he accidentally shot his faithful hound Cabbage with an arrow in the head. It's a sad moment. He reflects, he drops a cabbage for his old friend. But life goes on. Finally, he reaches Eastmarch. The hot springs are bubbling away, famous for its geysers and its salty waters. Olaf strips down again. There's a lot of nakedness in this episode. sits down and enjoys the lovely hot springs on his tired old muscles. He reflects on Cabbage, on Gilfrey, on shooting elk in the ass. He's lived a rich and fruitful life, but there's more he can do. He has the spirit of a man, a hard-working man who wants to do and see everything. He will not leave for Sovngarde until he has fulfilled everything on the Cabbage list.